we are going to be opening up this Astral Radiance box now. Super excited. Big shout out to the Pokemon Company for sending it to me early. And I was talking, I'm streaming this, and I was talking with Twitch chat. Yeah, the Viridian Playmax Flex, indeed. Talking with Twitch chat about what I'm looking to pull. And in terms of full arts, the origin form, I think it's Palkia alternate art, is the money card in this set. But the other option is that Machamp alternate art, also pretty nice. So I would also take that. Look it up if you don't, or listen to the podcast. We'll go over all of the cards in the set review probably in the next week. So yeah, we'll start here. In terms of the pack art, you got Hawlucha, Dialga, Palkia, and Samurott, I believe. Oh, and you've also got Hisuian Typhlosion? Is that what that is? I think that's what that is. Yeah. So 5 different pack arts, which is actually strange. Normally they only have 4 pack arts. So 5 pack arts, kind of funny. But fingers crossed. Let's see what we get here. I'm going to give away the codes to all y'all. If y'all are watching this on the YouTube, the codes may already be taken because I did stream this early. But, you know, rip. As always, the energy with that line through it. Very nice change there. Let's see, we got Purugly, Azelf, Switch Cart. Interesting. Switch your active with one of your bench if you do heal 30 damage. That's nice. Honestly, this Switch Cart is basically a don't bother playing Switch. If you're gonna play Switch, just play this. Yeah, that's like straight up. It's just a better Switch. That's kind of wild that they just printed better Switch. Togepi. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may heal till... Okay, that's not so great. I mean, it's okay. Combee. We did get something in this pack. Yo! Okay. Okay, look at that. I think this is Trainer Gallery. Yes. Full art Piers from the Trainer Gallery. Pack number 1. Bruh, this is gonna be so good. In any, like, I want to say Darkrai decks that are playing Arceus, that's crazy. That is amazing. First pack magic, followed by just a Mamoswine. But boy howdy, that is amazing. So, full art trainers in the Trainer Gallery. Oh, that's it. You don't get much better than that when opening packs. First pack magic. There we go. Okay. Second pack here. Another code card for y'all. Let's see. We got a Grass Energy. There we go. There's the Dark Patch, which allows you to attach a basic energy from your discard. It's basically Metal Saucer for Dark, and it's effectively, I think, a reprint of a prior card that was absolutely insane in the format. We got a Psyduck, Stantler, Bergamite, Hippopotas, Reverse Togekiss. Okay. Actually, this is not... it's a stage 2. It's a heal 90 damage, but it's... Hey! Hisuian Samurott V. 2 hits, 2 packs. Absolutely nutty. Okay. I know some folks are kind of into the Samurott line. It's interesting. I am not a huge fan, but, you know, I know some people like it. I just think that it's a little... The strategy is a little bit strange, and the V-Star ability is just bad. It's just 4 damage counters as your whole V-Star ability for the game. No, thank you. All right. Got Energy and Uxie. Hisuian Overquill. Interesting. Komodo? Okay, choose a card in your hand, discard the other cards. If you do, draw 4. Okay, it's a draw 4, discard some cards, not bad. Psyduck, Drifloon, Sudowoodo. Interesting. Magnemite, Waltz, Growlithe. Okay, so the first pack with nothing in it, that's fine. It happens. I can't really complain at this early stage. All right. There we go. Another code card for y'all there. Got Noctowl, Jubilife Village. Once during each player's turn, that player may shuffle their hand into their deck and draw 5 if they do their turn ends. That's interesting. I feel like in a control deck, this might be a very good stadium to have. I don't see it really having much play elsewhere. Maybe early game, but like, I don't know though. I think Gormandize just better? I don't know. It's a tough one. It could see play in expanded if you're playing like a doll strategy, maybe. Because you would rather have a doll out there. You got the EV. Hey, we got another trainer gallery Flapple there. Flapple allowing you to put 2 damage counters on a Pokemon and shuffling it back into your deck. I don't know. This one, I think, didn't Tricky Jim just make an interesting Flapple deck? But I think it was Flapple VMAX, but I wonder if he played the other Flapple as well. Very interesting card. It could be, I don't know, with all of the dark type Pokemon that are going to be popular this set being weak to grass, you very well could see a resurgence of grass type Pokemon other than just Beedrill. I think that could be a very interesting thing to keep track of. Look at the top card, put that card into your hand. If you don't, discard that card and draw a card. Tracking Shoes is, I actually think this card is going to be really good. Maybe not in every deck, but Lilligant V-Star with Flap. Okay. But like you basically get to look at your top deck. You could choose to put it in your hand or discard it. I mean, this is potentially, it's actually a draw 2 if you don't really need the card. It's effectively you draw, discard, draw again. If you have any sort of recursion, like Pal Pads or energy retrievals, training quartz, whatever, this card is basically an item to draw 2, which is absolutely insane. It's effectively, I think it's Acrobike effectively. So I actually think Trekking Shoes will be a very good card in the long term. You can only use this card if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. Okay, so it's a late game card. Each player shuffles their hand. You draw 6. Your opponent draws 2. Okay, late game N. It's basically like an N reprint. Pretty nice. I know a lot of people wanted an N reprint. It's kind of what Roxanne is. So I wonder if we start seeing that over Marnie. Malamar VMAX, I think, is really going to love that card. Which is the deck that I played. Oh my gosh, another full art supporter. This time, we got Mr. Grant. Let's see here. During this turn, your fighting Pokemon do 30 more damage. Okay. During your turn, if this Grant is in your discard pile, you may discard 2 cards, accept any Grant from your hand. If you do, put Grant into your hand. Interesting. Okay, so it has self-recursion. I don't know. It's been a minute since we've seen cards that have abilities that are active in the discard. I think the Execute, yeah, it's basically like an essay on the card. The Execute has that to recur itself from the graveyard, but like that's really interesting on a supporter. I don't know if it's a little slow, but between Bibarel, like if Bibarel is your main draw engine, you just want your fighting Pokemon to do more damage, Grant could be really good in those engines. So it's a second full art trainer there. Pretty busted box. I'm particularly happy with the Pierce, though. The Pierce is pretty excellent. Yeah, Chad is saying that Grant is more unique. I really like that kind of design. I think Pokemon should really start experimenting more with different zones. Again, discard. I think something that Magic does really well, and it's interesting, is their use of the idea of the exile. Okay, Wait and See Turbo. You can use this card only if you go second and only during your first turns. Okay, so another one of those cards. Search your deck for a basic energy, attach it to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Your turn ends. Interesting. I mean, I don't know about this one. Maybe. If you're going to play this, though, I assume you're playing several of these. Because can you imagine the insanity of a turn? If you played like Turbo Dark with that card, that could be really good. Because if you had a way to like get the item cards, maybe you play Cramomatics, right? Maybe you play Battle VIP Pass. You play Wait and See Turbo. And look, you're going to have some really bad hands, some really dead hands early. But when you hit the nuts, it could be wild. I think it's like super high roll, probably not great as a strategy. But if you're looking for like a meme to like see how much energy you can get turn 1, I think that's about as good as you can get. I mean, attached to 3 energy charge. Oh, man. If you have Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Regieleki, and Regidrago in play, you can do 300 damage, but having all those things, so what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of your 6 Pokemon have to be these cards. So I think somebody called this Exodia. It's effectively Pokemon Exodia. So if you have all of the Regis in play, you can attach 3 energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So you could attach them all to this, attach a twin energy, and you're doing 300 to a VMAX, which still doesn't knock it out. So I don't know, kind of sus. Bit weird of a strategy, but you know, interesting. It's a whole archetype all by itself. But sometimes archetypes like that, if they're not winning, if they're not like really a winning deck, it's so limiting that the archetype then just never gets played because you can't really build around it in other ways. I don't know. Got another wait and see turbo. Field on. Okay, a Silene, I believe. Flip 2 coins, put a number of cards up to the number of heads from your discard pile on top of your deck. That's interesting. Huh. I don't know if this is something Control would want because it's coin flip, but like Roseanne's backup may just be better than this, but that is interesting. Flipping cards to get any type of card from the discard pile. Yeah, I'm like, definitely piques my interest. Reverse wait and see, and then a Shaman. Okay. Only on first turn, 3 cards. I mean, this is actually really good. Hold on. If you go second on your first turn, you can search your deck for 3 cards and put them into your hand. The only problem I see with that card is obviously you have Marnie in the format. When Marnie rotates, I actually see that Shaman maybe being a really interesting setup card. Because if your opponent doesn't have hand disruption in the early game, you can't play Roxanne in the early game, right? There you go. There's a code card for you. I'll make it hard. Oh, we got a V-Star marker instead of our energy there. Oh, nice. We got Golduck, another better switch. Cricketune. Okay, so buffing your grass Pokemon by 40 HP. Voltorb. Only... Okay, so a lot of effects here that are only on your first turn and only if you go second. And this is a 0 energy cost. That's also... This one is actually... I really like this one because it's effectively a mini Arceus V-Star that only is going to give up 1 prize. Choose 2 of your bench Pokemon, search your deck for basic energy, attach it, so you can end up with 3 energy on board. This could be really interesting in Turbo Dark, honestly, Hisuian Voltorb. You play 1, if you can get it into the active... Yo, there we go. Okay, we got a Radiant Greninja, and I know a lot of people were wondering what the Radiant cards looked like from a foiling perspective, and they do indeed retain that Japanese foiling of that cross pattern, that cross-stitching. So, there you go. There's the Radiant Greninja. Also, just a great card. Discard an energy to draw 2. Absolutely excellent. I'll just put that down here because that is definitely a hit. But, yeah, the return of 0 energy attacks is great. The return of 0 energy attacks is also great. I think Pokemon is doing a really good job sort of going back to their archives, if you will, to like, you know... to take some of the ideas that really worked in older sets and bring them back, bring a little bit new life into them. And, you know, just there's another Roxanne. Like the Grant mechanic, the 0 energy attacks, the going second on the first turn mechanics, especially since they've given us so much card search that getting a 1 of Hisuian Voltorb, you know, into play. Okay, so the whole Togepi line is heal 10, heal 30, heal 90 on Evolve. Okay, interesting. Not great, but interesting. Leafeon, bad. Leafeon, bad. Sorry, Leafeon. It's like searching for energy, and I'm just like, no. Yes, Appa. This is an early opening. For the folks on the Metapod as well. Early opening indeed. There we go. A code card for y'all there. Swing that around. Whiz Cash. Temple of Sinnoh. All special energy, provide colors, and have no other effect. Pretty great card, honestly, considering how much special energy is out there. I think between that and all the turbos, the dark support, they're basically like, no more Mew. We've had enough Mew. Hisuian Overquill and an Arcanine. Okay. I feel like in our main slot right now, we've only hit 2 cards. We've hit a Grant and a Hisuian Samurott. So I think we're probably due for some in the not too distant future, some other hits. Code card for y'all. And for those of you wondering, I think I've mentioned it on the pod, but I will not be able to go to NAIC this year because I will be in London all the way up until the 24th is when I return. So, alas, no NAIC from me this year. Kind of sad. Whenever either player puts a basic Pokemon from their hand onto their bench, put 2 damage counters on it. Oh, okay. So you could Gapejaw Bog. Talking about the Heatran, Radiant Heatran. Gapejaw Bog is really good for that. So 2 damage counters. Also just good for setting up math on certain Pokemon. Got Togetic, Ponyta, Rowlet, Bronzor, Oshawott, Hoot Hoot. Huh, interesting. Reverse Roxanne, and a regular Samurott. Okay. Stage 2. I was like, I would be more interested, but stage 2s, man. Stage 2s. No. In terms of attending any TCG stuff, that is what Chad is asking for those in the Metapod channel wondering. Not sure. Maybe. I'll have to convince my girlfriend to also join me. But my girlfriend plays Digimon, so Spice Curry, heal 40 damage, but you burn yourself. I don't know. I mean, I guess for certain decks, if you need status conditions, useful. Draw 2 cards. If you drew any cards this way, attach 2 grass from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon. This is an interesting card because it's basically like a Welder or a Melanie or whatever, right? It's from your hand instead of the discard, fine. But the fact that you do the draw first and then attach the energy is nice. Because that was the challenge with Welder, is it's like you attach and then draw. So you needed to have the energy in your hand. So for those of you who didn't know or didn't play Welder, the fact that you can draw and then see if you draw into the grass energy is kind of broken. So Gardenia's Vigor, I actually like that edit to the card. And I will say, it's only the bench. Important to remember. Cards that say only the bench is, can be a little wonk in some ways. Sneasel, another Samurott, and hey, we got the Weird Ear. So, what I was saying to chat earlier is I think this is an awesome tech in Darkrai, like Turbo Dark decks. If you can keep enough energy on the board long enough, the Weird Ear can come in and just kind of clean up at the end of the game, right? 40 times each energy attached to it, and then when it moves from the bench to the active, you can attach any energy to it that are on the board. So you can effectively, if you get 7 energy onto it, you're doing 280. If you've got any other setup damage, like, whatchamacallit, Zigzagoon, Gapejaw Bog, whatever, you could probably knock out most things with just 6 or 7 energy, depending. So I really like pulling that Weird Ear V. Excellent stuff. Oh, interesting. Yeah, chat is telling me that Weird Ear could be good in Blissey. Interesting. I did not think about that, but for each energy, yeah. So I guess the double turbo, yeah, and it's any amount of energy. So any of the double turbo energies could just be moved to it. Interesting. Okay. So we got that. We got a Hisuian Heavy Ball. Look at your face down prize cards, reveal a basic Pokemon, put it into your hand, and you put this ball in place face down as a prize card. Shuffle your face down. Okay. So it's not a free, you get to know where everything in your prize cards is. That's I like how they added that little text there. Interesting. This is really good if you are playing. I think this is good in control decks, right? If you know that there is a prized, card. I think I was talking about the Voltorb, right? You can play it as a 1-up. So if it goes into the prizes, if you're playing this, you may not be, but if you are, you can go grab it with that, which is kind of nice. There we go. There's a dark patch again. I think that's the second one we've pulled. Super excited to get a bunch of dark patches. Another Voltorb. Miltank. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from opponent's Pokemon V. Okay, so it's like Decidueye effects. Won't stop Mew, but assuming Mew sees some pressure, Miltank could be interesting. They need more damage blocker ones since the other ones, like I think Altaria and Decidueye, are going to rotate once that happens, if it does. Once during a turn, if this Pokemon is in your active spot, you may draw cards until you have 4. But you can only use 1, and it's 160. It's okay. If you're really playing the Reggie line, then fair enough. Yeah, I think overall, I don't know. I don't really know what the bad hits in this one are yet. I'm sure there are some. I'm sure getting Grant as your main, like, full art supporter is probably not considered a great hit. But, any full art supporter is pretty cool. Another Gapejaw Bog, followed by Magneton, Hoot Hoot, Kricketot, Sudowoodo, Combi Drifloon, Reverse Togepi, and a Regirock. Okay. Pretty straightforward there. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, Miltank can wear a Cape of Toughness, putting it at 160, I believe, which would survive a Mew hit. But only one. And I doubt very much you're knocking that Mew out on a following turn. So, kinda... I mean, it's true, though. It does survive. Each player reveals their hand, draw 3. It's okay if you really need to see your opponent's hand, I guess. Probably not a great card, though. Sometimes just getting to see your opponent's hand, like, it helps. It can be helpful. Yo, okay, we got a character rare. We got the Kingdra. Very nice. What does this guy do? When you attack, when your active Pokemon is knocked out, oh, you can move the energy. Nice. Okay. 40 times the amount of water energy. Pretty nice there. I'm sure there are strategies with Kingdra. But overall, kind of mid. Kind of nice. But, a very pretty character rare there. I really hope Pokemon just... I hope character rares are a thing that Pokemon just keeps doing. In whatever form, right? If they want to change up the style a little bit. But, like, the ability, if you really love a card or a Pokemon or a trainer, you can draw them. You can get, like, really awesome versions of cards. But also, if you're playing these decks, another choice, you can really bling out a deck with character rares. And because they're in the reverse slot, I don't think they're usually nearly as expensive. Got a Celine and a Hisuian Bravery. The Hisuian Bravery is kind of interesting because it is a colorless attack, a no energy attack, but, like, I don't know why you would play that line. I don't know. And it's so reliant on your opponent doing stuff, and most opponents only have 3 energy max, so... Yeah, the Kingdra does look really nice. I will agree with that. Let's see here. We got Curlia, another Wait and See. Fieldon, Drifloon, Sudowoodo. No V-Stars yet. I want to hit a V-Star at some point soon. Okay, what does Adaman do? You can use this card only if you discard 2 Metal Energy. Search your deck for 2 cards, put them into your hand. That's pretty good. Any 2 cards, put them into your hand. This is effectively... In a metal deck, you could actually discard the 2 Metal Energy, go grab 2 Metal Saucers, and... So it's basically an attached 2 Metal Energy as a supporter if you really want. That is kind of interesting. I don't know... Yeah, I mean, and if you have any of the Metal Saucers, or if you don't want to use them... But you need to have Metal Energy in your hand, so maybe you're playing out with Energy Retrievals and Training Court. Could be an interesting combo. But it feels like almost every type now has some form of energy acceleration. And weirdly enough, like Calyrex is not bad, but like it's almost the worst if you're thinking about that as the energy acceleration for Psychic, because you're having to do it on a 3-prize Pokemon, which is not great. Choose one of your Pokemon, flip a coin. If you get tails, until you get tails, for each heads, heal 40 damage. A bit high rolly. Could be fun, but kind of high roll, because if you hit none, you get nothing for playing the card. But I mean, you could hit like 3 or 4, then you're healing like, you know, almost like 140, 160 damage, something like that. Got an Uxie and a Basculin. Okay. So still on the lookout for more Vs. But maybe the second half of the box will be absolutely broken. And we got another V-Star marker there. Oh, okay, we did get something in this. Sweet Honey, Rufflet, Ponyta, Chatot, Bronzor, Kricketot. Hey, there we go. I know this is going to be Shay Hot Chalk's favorite cards in the set. Machamp VMAX. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I was saying earlier, I don't think Machamp VMAX is actually that great. 2 energy, 220 is not terrible. Don't get me wrong, but like there's, you know, the Lucario line is probably a better commitment for, you know, fighting. But I mean, there is that fighting supporter that lets you do what, 40 more damage, right? So if you're doing the 240, you're doing 280. You put a Choice Belt on, and that's 310. And then you can put the Howlucha down, and that's 340. So Machamp can actually do 340 for 3 energy, which is pretty wild. Pretty wild. But, I don't know. Seems like a excessive combo, in my opinion. But I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. I'm sure somebody will make an Arceus V-Star Machamp VMAX deck. Odds are it's going to be Shay first to do it. Shay, if you somehow see this, you know, hit me up when you make that deck list just to prove me right that that's on your agenda. Yo! Character rare Shadow Rider. Maybe this card sees a comeback. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. It's a character rare. Oh, so pretty. And Origin Form Palkia. Okay, that's a pack. That's a pack right there. That's a good pack. Okay. So we got the character rare Calyrex and a Palkia V. Whew. Okay. Very good pack. Double banger indeed. The only way that pack could have been better if there was like a full art or maybe the V-Star. But can't get much better than a character rare and a V in the same pack. And a good V at that. Okay. Oh, I did one too many? Yes. Oh, so that's the rare, is a Cleaver. So we'll go ahead and go through Roxanne. And then a Reverse Grant was the other card. I was like, there could be something in the reverse slot. All right. Let's see here. Got a code card for y'all. 2, 3, 4. Discarding the fire. We got a Noctowl, Hippodon, a Dartrix, Quillfish, Rowlet. Might save all the Rowlets for Jake, because Jake loves Rowlet. Bastiodon. And, oh, okay. Origin Form Dialga. This is the alternate art, I believe. Not just the full art, the alternate art, because I believe... Oh, yes. This is very good. This is a very good pull. The colors on this are absolutely gorgeous. I agree. That is nuts. That's so nice. Yeah, the box is throwing the hits. We got 2 alternate arts in the box. We got the Grant and that, which I guess is not a secret rare because it's just an alternate. It's within the set list number. Both of those are within the set, so I don't know if that means that we technically still could pull a secret rare in this box, but we're gonna count up all them hits afterwards. Yes, this is certainly a busted box. I agree. There we go. There's a code card for all. Maybe the code cards in this box will be equally busted for those of you out there who snag those. Got another dark patch. Very nice. Magneton, Gapejaw Bog. Let's see here. Reverse Hisuian Typhlosion. And just a Leafy on there. I still want a V-Star. I want to get a V-Star, my folks. I need one. I need that V-Star juice flowing through my veins. But I feel like I have to make an Origin form deck now because I did pull the alternate art. So I feel compelled to try to do 3 turns in a row between that and Medicham. Okay, Bronzor, Rufflet, Reverse Quillfish. Okay, yeah. The box was like, we need to take a break for a couple of packs now. That was a little too much. Is there a character art from Medicham in this set? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I would assume not, but I could be wrong. I very well could be wrong. Where are the character rares? Let's see here. I don't believe so. Starmie, Zapdos is in the set. Garchomp, but no Medicham. That would be very nice to get that whole like little setup there. Code card for y'all there. We got the V-Star marker. Got a Quilava, another Heavy Ball. Ralts, Sneasel, Ponyta, Rowlet, Ursaring, and a Mesprit. Okay, interesting. Mesprit here. If you have an Uxie and Azelf, your Pokemon had no weakness. I mean, it's all right, but the problem with this is you need so much in order to get that off. Like, being able to take away weakness is huge, but needing 3 different cards in play, not worth it. It's just like, you find me the deck that can manage that. I can make the space for it, both on the bench and in the deck. A little sad. I think taking away weakness, though, it was interesting they printed an energy that allowed you to do that. Granted, it was colorless. But I wonder when we'll see some sort of like a weakness policy, like any sort of weakness thing in the future that just stops weakness. But maybe it seems like Pokemon is leaning into weakness as a balancing mechanic between all the sets. Because if you like allowing it to be a balancing mechanic means people can play whatchamacallit, counter decks. And without counter decks, you know, I don't know. I think this current format would be pretty boring if counter weakness was not like a big mechanic. Let's see here. Oh, we got a character rare. Okay, I skipped ahead just a hair. We got a Weird Ear character rare. So we got double Weird Ear box. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. Pretty straightforward. Not a great card though, but you know, very pretty. And a Machamp V. Okay, this is a box after Hot Chalk's Own Heart. So we got the full line in a box, which is fairly uncommon, I find. But we got Machamp V and the VMAX in this box. Very nice stuff there. Seems like the character rares, I've pulled quite a number of them, actually. So I'll be interested to see, like, how many on average are in a box. I wouldn't be surprised if it was only 4 as the average, but it could be 6. That would not surprise me. Hisuian Avalugg, interesting. And there's our secret rare. We got a Rainbow Irida, I believe that'd be how you pronounce that. Rainbow Irida. And search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card, reveal them, put them into your hand, and shuffle. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know what deck that goes in. It's an interesting card, for sure. 3 full art supporters, though, in one box is insane. That's wild. I'm not sure where Irida goes. Maybe it has a place in the Origin form Palkia, because you can go get the V-Star. You can go get an item. The item can be, I don't know, Capacious Bucket, or if you're playing it with Frostmoth, maybe there's something there. Who knows? But I don't personally see immediately the path for that card, if you will. Getting near to the end here. Between Basculin and a Garchomp V. Very nice. I wish Garchomp had just a hair more HP. 200 is just a little low. But we got a Garchomp V there. Very nice. Because you could do quite a bit of damage with that, but the energy requirement is kind of odd. Maybe in Expanded with the double dragon energy, it's much better, because you can basically get it powered up probably in one turn. Okay, yeah. Double item search in Inteleon fetch. That's interesting. I suppose I don't know why I'm holding an energy up. My brain turned off. Sinnoh. Nickit. Jubilife Village, and a Registeel. Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to hold the energy up this next time, too. All right. There's another code card for y'all. Let's see what else we got. Getting to the last packs here. Got a Komodo. Another Jubilife. I will take as many play sets of the trainers as I can from one box. That would be excellent. Leafeon. And then a Rampardos. Interesting. It punishes you. The attack does nothing if your opponent has 3 or fewer cards in hand. I don't like that, because it's already a stage 2. And it basically says, if you have a way to come back, because your opponent doesn't have the cards in hand, this attack does nothing. And I'm like, why? Why? No, that's a bad mechanic. I don't know. I don't think you should punish stage 2 Pokemon at all, honestly. Like, it seems mean. It seems rude. Spicy Curry, Electrode, Gardenia's Vigor, Heracross. We got another character rare. Oh my gosh. Frostmoth. Yes. That's the card you want to play now in any water decks that run Frostmoth. There we go. Because I have the pre-releases. I got 4 pre-release versions of that card, but that is clearly the superior Frostmoth. Maybe not from a rarity, but definitely from a prettiness standpoint. So I think I have every version of that Frostmoth still that's been printed thus far. Because you have the reverse, you have the regular rare, you have the pre-release, and now that one. Go another code card. I want to say this is the last 4 packs now. Flip that around. Got another switch cart. Oh, they're sticking. These guys, Mantine, Voltorb, Basculin, Glameow. Yo! A Radiant Hawlucha. Those are the 2 best Radiant cards in the set, in my opinion. You get Hawlucha, and you get... Oh, then there's Gold. Yes, the Gold Frostmoth. Very true. There we go. Radiant Hawlucha there. This one, big match. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active VMAX. So if your opponent is playing VMAXs, you're going to do 30 more into a Regirock. That's fine. Yes. Rigged box indeed. I mean, look at this. This is the hits. So we're going to count up those hits at the end here and see how many we got in this box. Still got 3 packs left, so there's always a chance. Always a chance for more good stuff. It looks like there's going to be 4 V-Stars in a box as well. That may be the same from Brilliant Stars. So it may not be news to some of you who opened up a few Brilliant Stars boxes. Barboach, Reverse Sudowoodo, and a Regidrago. Fair, fine. I can't expect too much more from this box. This is pretty busted. There we go. Another code card for y'all. Let's flip this around. We got a Water Energy. Another Silene. Perugly, Azelf, Misdreavus, Barboach, Scyther. Eevee, Heracross, Reverse Bergamite, and a Miss Magus. Formal cards in hand. Choose all but 3. I wish Ominous Prose was a better attack. Because leaving your opponent with 3 cards in hand in this format is just never a good idea. Yeah, and it's not doing any damage, so... But we got a last pack here. Do we get some last pack magic? Let's see. Let's see here. Got Craniados, Piloswine, Achoy, Combee, Ralts, Nickit. I'm kind of holding out for some last pack magic. Chatot. This is the first pickaxe we've gotten. Real top card of your deck at the fighting energy. Attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. And if it's not, put it into your hand. All right, that's pretty good, actually. And a Mightyena. Okay. So 160 for free if your opponent has any VMAX in play. Not terrible, but, you know, not great either. But that is the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the hits here. How many hits did we get? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters, which seems about right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the regular Vs. We got a alternate art Dialga and 1 VMAX. No V stars in this box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12, 13. We got 2 Radiant Pokemon, 14, 15. Then we got a secret rare Rita and then a full art Grant. 17 hits. 17 hits. Yes, Mightyena is a Mew Destroyer. So I guess I would say 17 hits is definitely a busted box. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. Best cards being definitely the Dialga and I really like the Piers and the Calyrex as well. Those are probably my favorites. Getting both of these Radiant Pokemon is also pretty broken. So, yeah, I would also say we've done pretty well for ourselves. But yeah, thank you to everybody who watched the Twitch stream live. Thank you to you as well if you're watching this on the Metapod YouTube channel after the fact. You're awesome. Subscribe. Jake is going to be opening up the ETB. That video will be up probably early next week. He's traveling, so whenever he gets back home, gets a chance to open it and then throw that video up. So if you want to see it's in the ETB, stay subscribed to this YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you so much. And I'll catch you for the pod and other videos later.